Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War. I'm gonna be honest, I just watched Impact. I don't feel like putting on a shirt because, quite frankly, Impact doesn't deserve me dressing up for them. Uh, this week was open fight night. My word for this week is awful. just awful. My good for this week, I don't even know if my good was the wrestling. The in-ring product itself was totally fine. There was a decent false count anywhere match. There was a Lashley and Jeff Hardy had a good match. There was a ladder match. There was a lot of stuff going on this Impact, and yet nothing at the same time. My bad. Can the concept of an entire show be a bad? Because it's going to be. The entire concept of Open Fight Night is horrible. So, for those of you who haven't been following, there are 4 cases. Each have numbers inside them, and if you get the first case, you get to make the first challenge, second, third, fourth, so on. Now, as I was watching this, I knew something seemed inherently wrong with this. And it's because if you, and they made a rule that if someone wrestled, they couldn't be called upon to challenge again. So, you couldn't have 4 world title matches in a night, which, fine. I understand that. That makes sense. But you have Jeff Hardy come out with the first challenge, and he challenges Bobby Lashley for the world title, which makes sense. But now you can't have your tag team champions wrestle. You can't have your world champion wrestle again for the rest of the show. No one wants anything to do with Drew Galloway's belt, so he makes his own open fight night challenge. So by the time you get to the 4th person to make an open challenge, which is your main event, all your big stars are unavailable for challenges. It's ridiculous. The guy who's challenging the world champion should be in the main event. That follows in my head. Now, maybe if they had a segment at the top of the show where Jeff makes his challenge, and they make all their challenges down the line, and the 4th person has to go first, because otherwise it's not really a punishment. The 4th case is the main event of the show. It's not a punishment. I don't know. Just the whole concept is completely broken. Trevor Lee won the X Division Championship because DJZ was injured. It was an okay match. I mean, credit to DJZ for selling the whole time. He made it look believable, even though it was a ladder match, and Gregory Helms could have interfered at any time, literally. I don't know. TNA just has way too many gimmick matches. Way too many gimmick matches and no story behind them. I'm gonna throw in another bad here. I talked about the awkward date that Braxton Sutter had with Laurel Van Ness. And apparently in this twisted world of professional wrestling, Braxton had a backstage segment of Maria, and Maria said, "Oh, it went so well," which is what Laurel told her. That's fine. And Braxton's like, "No, it was a nightmare." And Maria's like, "Nope, I hear wedding bells, and you're going to propose to Laurel." One date and a proposal? Shit, The Bachelor has more than one date before a proposal. That's you especially if you're being filmed, you can't force someone into proposing marriage to someone else. That's kind of blackmail. Oh, and Maria did say, "Oh, well, if you don't do this, you know what happens to Allie." I don't know why Maria has Allie's TNA contract. She shouldn't. It's stupid. But I don't know. This whole show's idiotic. As far as my change, I would have had DCC do something a little bit more intelligent with their challenge. They just challenged Decay to a Falls Count Anywhere match. They never put any stipulations on this stuff. So while Jeff couldn't wrestle for the rest of the night, they never said Matt couldn't. So if I were a DCC, I would have said, "Hey, we want a handicap match for the tag team titles, all three of us against Matt Hardy." Guess what? That makes them uber heels, and it gives you a reason to drop the belts off the Hardys, which you kind of need, I think, at this point, considering Matt basically cut a promo saying that they're going to teleport and challenge the Young Bucks and the New Day and the Wyatt family. He name checked the Wyatt family. He also, and you can tell when this was filmed because he mentioned two tag teams that don't have tag team championships anymore. So Matt, if you're questing for gold, you might want to look into Sheamus and Cesaro. Oh, I'm sorry. How should I say this? Like broken Matt. Uh, the Warrior of the Celts and the Swiss James Bond and the Alphas of the American. Or something like that. I don't know. He makes up weird names. Luckily, Young Bucks still have tag titles, I think. Sure, probably. But yeah, it sounded like Matt was cutting a promo saying that they were going to leave TNA, which is entirely ridiculous. But yeah, this whole show, it's not worth your time. If you want to watch good wrestling, watch the show on mute. Do not listen to any of the segments. Tyrus cut one good joke. That was basically it. And by the way, it makes Eli Drake look like a total chump that he can't be an injured EC3. And I don't know what they're trying to do with DCC. If they're trying to make them the Shield, because the lights went out and DCC showed up in the ring. By the way, fellas, you don't have to show up with the masks anymore. We actually know who you are, so you don't have to show up with the masks and then immediately take them off. We know who you guys are. But yeah, the DCC beat down EC3, Tyrus, and Eli Drake at the end of the show. No one knows what that means. Lashley agreed to one more match with Eddie Edwards, and that has to be the match where Davey turns on Eddie. It fucking has to be. But this show. Oh, one other thing. Apparently, Brandy Rhodes is still with TNA. I know. I'm shocked too, considering Cody is fucking long gone from TNA. Yeah, I don't know. There was also a knockouts match. Brooke lost to Sienna. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Just if you have 2 hours to kill, watch something way better than Impact. As far as rankings go, it's like 10th. I don't know. I saw a bunch of episodes of Holy Foley. They were better. Not by much, but they were better. I haven't watched that XFL documentary yet, but I'm sure that's better. It's done by a professional company. But yeah, if you think I'm wrong about Impact, please feel free to let me know. Hit me up at MadMike4883 on the Twitters. Hit me up at Mayhem Show with the hashtag MM. But yeah, TNA's garbage. It's a hot mess. So I'll be back to talk about it again next week, unless I change my mind and just do a live tweet on the Young and the Restless, which at this point is seeming like a better and better option. All right, so for Mad Mike, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been the Midweek War.